All right. Do you all see what I'm seeing? I'm so excited. Yeah! Okay, so it's the Three Trees Tarot Collection. You may have seen some other videos come out, because I certainly have, and I haven't watched them yet, because I wanted to do this as like first impressions as well. Three Trees Tarots, the amazing creators of the Oak Ash and Thorn Tarot, Smoke Ash and Embers, and the Thistledown Oracle and also the Heartwood Tarot, but that's not included in this today, was due for a reprint. A restock, you might say. And so, the amazing Stephanie Burrows decided to switch it up a little bit with this reprint. And so that's what we're looking at today. So there's going to be some changes between the initial editions of Oak Ash and Thorn, Smoke Ash and Embers, and the Thistledown, and these new versions we have, or, you know, prototypes of the new versions. So, oh my god, I just opened these. I put these tarots back in order. Maybe I should have done the oracle. Didn't. Yeah. Oh my god, how do I go about this? Okay. Let's take a deep breath, first of all. Bring it down a notch. And what a start we've had. Okay. I feel like I should pick one and do a comparison. I thought that would be the easiest way. If we're looking at changes, looking at the original side by side makes a lot of sense, huh? I think it does. Okay, I also, if I'm pausing a lot, I've got the update email that has all the info, so that's why. Could I have, like, made this planned and nice and succinct? Sure, I could have. That's how it's happening, clearly. Okay, let's just go. Eeny, meeny, Smoke Ash and Embers. Let's look at that. So for starters, the backs, we're skipping ahead a little bit. The backs are different, but as you can see, cohesive. So these are the backs of the decks. They're going to be reversible, which they currently aren't, and also like really meld together. So just wanted to mention that while I had those all together. Which one to use is, that's Oak Ash and Thorn. Okay, all right. And I think we're gonna do a side-by-side of all of them. Maybe not going through the whole deck, but yeah, all right. So on the left here, we'll zoom in a little. Oh my gosh, this is feeling quite chaotic. Apologies if that is jarring, but as I said, I was really excited and didn't quite know the best way how to go about the changes. You know, that would have been a benefit of watching other people's videos first, because they probably did a really nice professional job. Anyways, so for starters, the prototype is like cut sharp. The corners will be rounded, so ignore that. Because as I said, I just opened these. I will go in and like corner round it and stuff, but it's gonna be rounded. All right, what are we looking at here? So right away, as we can see, the font has changed. Should we look, oh, I'm changing my mind. Let's look at all four. I think we're gonna look at the tarots together, and then personally, I feel the biggest change is coming to Thistledown. So then perhaps we will look at that on its own. That feels right. Okay. Oh gosh, I love seeing all these together. So beautiful. Oh, not centered. Okay. Okay. Also to note that usually the prototypes, the colors aren't quite the same as the final version will be. Sometimes they could look muted or, you know, whatever. So also to note that. All right, so as we can see, the font is different. Oh, I don't think I have truly ever noticed. I don't tend to use these tarots together. I have never caught on to the fact that as we can see in the original versions, the fonts are different. Let's bring that up to show you. So we initially had two different fonts going on. Now they are both changed, but changed to the same font. I do like that. That feels nice and cohesive. And also, across the board, easier to read. I know exactly what font this is, because I am pretty certain it's the same font I use for the Cottage Witch Oracle. And I love it. I love it, I love it, love it. However, I do understand that sometimes it's not necessarily the easiest font to read. I think as it is, you know, the size of the text is made larger, it gets easier, but on something like a tarot title where it kind of has to be smaller, at least how it is here, I could understand where a font like this is across the board just a bit easier to read. So that is the first thing we're looking at. And then all three decks will have consistent text notches, the small areas of white space where the card titles sit. This not only improves readability, but also helps create a more unified design across the set while keeping each deck's unique personality intact. Yes, that is something else I noticed, where on the original editions, it almost looks to me like the image was put on the card and that maybe it was like an eraser taken to fit each unique word, where this is a standard size. There isn't that blurry edge effect. It's very crisp and clear. And so yeah, that feels definitely easier to read. Let's flip cards just for funsies. And why don't we look at the backs while we're at it? That just reminded me. So here's Oak, Ash, and Thorn. This is the original backs. These are the new backs. I love that the crows were put on here. And I do think having it be reversible is going to be really fun. I am not one to read with reversals. Nor do I kind of select cards in any way where it matters. But I do know a lot of people really, really like not being able to tell when it comes to reversals. So I do think that's really cool. And Smoke, Ash, and Embers here is the original. And the new. I love this like sepia brown tone too. Very, again, cohesive across this world we have here. All right. Ooh, okay. Oh my gosh, I didn't even take notice of that either. So the other change is the numbers will no longer be located at the top of the major arcana cards. We've moved them to the bottom to keep the artwork uninterrupted. Love that. Love that. And honestly, I feel like I never quite paid attention to the numbers because they were part of the artwork. Again, I'm not one to utilize those numbers so much, but as you can see now, they're put with the title, which I do think makes a lot of sense. And I love that the purpose there was to really leave that artwork as untouched as possible. It's just the notch taken out, but then there's nothing added. And also, again, makes it cohesive because in Smoke, Ash, and Embers, if you can see, it uses Roman numerals, where in Oak, Ash, and Thorn, it's numbers. So that's pretty cool too. Okay. Oh, neat. All right. Next on the list, let's flip ourselves through to the Hanged Man, shall we? Oh, so beautiful, gosh. It's been a long time since I've put any of these decks in order and just really looked through, but how gorgeous. They just are so pretty. I do love, too, it feels like, I don't know if this is true or if it's just the cut of the deck, it almost feels like the border is a bit slightly, no, that's not true, is it? Maybe slightly different. But again, that could just totally be this printing. Oh, this strength. I love how the mouse is brought in. Kind of because the Heartwood Tarot is all themed around this mouse in this abandoned cottage-like place. So to me, it feels like with this image, it's like that's his adventure before he finds the cottage to settle down in. I mean, and this hermit. Come on. Can you quite even? Oh, it's so good, so good, so good. Alrighty, we've arrived. So, okay, yes. Instead of the Hanged Man, it has been changed into the Hanged One, which I think is a great change. I really, really like. The terminology of Hanged Man doesn't necessarily bother me personally, only because I don't think I make any sort of gender association to that. To me, in my brain, like, the Hanged Man is just a title. It's not referencing anyone specific, but I absolutely understand how it could and how it might be jarring for a lot of people to see Hanged Man and there's no man to be seen. And we don't want to see it in this world. We don't want to. No man in here. Thank you. And so changing it to the Hanged One, because we've got our dragon and we've got our mouse. No human man is what I meant. Hold on, backtrack. Human man. Anyway, I really like the Hanged One. I like the, what's the word? What's the word? Can't think of the word I was trying to think of. But I liked that change from man to one. Feels like it makes more sense considering we're looking at these woodland creatures or fantasy creatures, but in general, any deck, even if it's people, I really, really like that kind of title. I think it's cool. So, okay, we already looked at the card backs. Oh, the guide cards. Oh, the big question of the day is if I have the guide cards in here. I sure don't. Where and why don't I? That's a great question. Where'd I put those? Oh, because I have the, there are those digital guidebooks, and that's what I usually use with these. That's why. Well, oh, okay, so the difference really is that the guide cards all had different designs for each deck, and now they have been made the same. So, in both Oak Ash and Thorn, and Smoke Ash and Embers, and the Thistledown. Let's get Thistledown out. Oh yeah, look at that. Ooh, okay, wait. I do love the change for the Thistledown guide card specifically. We'll get into that when we look at Thistledown. But as we can see, they all match up, which is really cool. I love this whole idea of just kind of further making the whole set very cohesive. That feels really neat to me, because I do feel like they have felt like 3 separate worlds to me. And even just these little changes, it's like I'm getting more of the idea of they could all exist in one world. It's like we've got the fantasy and the woodland all existing together, which I love. All right. the Certificate of Authenticities are getting a re-up, and then we'll flip while I'm talking. I think possibly one of the more exciting parts is that Smoke, Ash, and Embers and Oak, Ash, and Thorns will be coming in 2-piece boxes instead of I love the tuck boxes though. This is what they've come in before. Really, really nice, sturdy tuck boxes. I mean, I've had this for quite a while, and it is held up better than probably any other tuck box I have. Because I am not easy on my tuck boxes. So, but that to say, the tarots, they're getting 2-piece boxes, baby. That's exciting. Okay, let me read what it says about it. Isn't that what we want to know? Oh, I'm not on the same track. Each box will feature a charming woodland-themed letterpress design printed with vegetable-based ink. Instead of a ribbon to lift the cards out of the tray, a small hole at the base allows you to easily push them out for easy access. What? What? How cool! What? I can't even picture what that means, but I love the sound of it. And also, it's a glue-free construction. Has several ecological benefits, making it more sustainable packaging choice. What? So cool. Now, the Thistledown will remain in a tuck box, and as will future Oracle and mini decks. But the design is getting a fresh new look. And we don't have photos of that yet, but I am so excited to see it. So, really, really cool updates here. I think, oh, I've got these all tangled up. Oh my goodness. I think we should swap over to Thistledown. Again, I didn't want to sit and have you all watch me just go through the whole deck, because honestly, I think I might have walkthroughs of these already, question mark. But if not, there are some really, really fabulous ones up there already. My goal today was to just show you the changes coming, because I think they're going to be really, really cool. So, I'm going to clean this up, and I'm going to bring out Thistledown, because that, again, to me seems like the biggest, one of the bigger switch-ups. Okay, here we go. So, again, I did not put the Oracle back in order. That just seemed like something my brain couldn't make happen. I'm not, probably crazy admission for a librarian. I'm not that good at alphabetizing things. It is what it is. Okay, so as you can see, wow, quite the difference, quite the difference. So, on the Thistledown reprint, as you can see, we'll be getting borders. And the reason for that, hold on, I have a reason for that. So, one, cohesion. Now it's got the same borders, the same notches as Oak, Ash, and Thorn and Smoke, Ash, and Embers, but also what this does, okay, so cohesion. And so to go the opposite direction in terms of, say, making Oak, Ash, and Thorn and Smoke, Ash, and Embers borderless, it would have meant having to take 3 millimeters off of all the sides for bleed. So on some cards, it could have cut off quite a bit of the artwork, which of course we don't want. And so this creates some cohesion. And I have to say, while I love this original edition, and I do think the borderless in between the bordered tarot looks really nice, I really, when it comes to such detailed artwork, I'm finding more and more that I really started to prefer it having some kind of border just to make it feel kind of contained. I find it just makes it pair with a wider variety of decks because it doesn't feel like it is commanding space in the sense of overpowering the other decks on the table, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's what I've been noticing, is adding this border, it just kind of breaks it up a little bit from my tarots. And I feel like I've got a lot of tarots that are borderless, that when I pair it with this original edition, again, it all starts to feel a little bit muddied and like it's trying to combine across the cards. Nothing to break it up, where this offers some space. I love it. And so, as you can see, that's really the big change here. And so, what I thought we could do, okay, no, the other change I'm super excited about is those guide cards. The formatting in this new edition, chef's kiss. So here's the new edition, and here is the old version. So to me, it felt a bit, I don't know if jumbled is quite the right word. I have trouble with like reading stuff like this. Okay, here's what I'll say, is it gets jumbled for me when things are sort of written out this way, when it's not in a clear line. So having to kind of like use the capitals to pick out the word, it almost felt like a word search to me. And again, that's completely a personal thing. My words get really jumbled when there's text like this. And so changing it to this, where I'm like, okay, I can do the alphabet. Even if I'm not good at alphabetizing, I can do the alphabet, thank you. This is a lot easier, really a lot easier. I love that. I'm really excited to see that change, because that was always it was never like a hold up with the deck, but it always took me some extra time to like figure out where the word was. Because again, personally, it gets jumbled. So that was my other big yay. Now what I want to do, I think, again, even though this wasn't, we weren't doing a walkthrough here, we're showing some exciting updates. I think especially since, again, this is getting that added border, let's try some pairings, right? Right. So I'm excited to see, again, there's going to be a design change for the box, but this is the original Thistledown box. It'll be in another sturdy tuck box. I love it. I love these. So good. Yeah, like I was saying, there was a lot of borderless decks. I really felt like theme-wise would pair so well with Thistledown. But when it came down to it, I ended up really feeling like I needed to use a tarot that was pretty bordered, or something that was a little bit more pared down with illustrations. And I think this is going to completely change that up. So I am going to grab some of those and let's take a look as our wrap-up here. All right, let's start it off with probably the one I'm most excited about. Oh, how did the name oh my gosh. The name literally somehow just went out of my brain, and before I finished that sentence, it came back. No worries. Because, like, I'm saying it's my favorite deck, and here I am not remembering. Crazy. Force of Enchantment. Yes. Because this is another one. Very, very detailed artwork, but borderless. So now I think this is gonna be, yes. Look at that. It needed something to break it up a little bit. I love this. Yes! Oh, I'm so excited. It's so funny how something like adding on a border can totally change things up. I love this so much. Yes. Okay. Force of Enchantment. Actually, it just got me thinking about another deck. And I want that now too. Where is it? No, I know where it is. I know where it is. Okay, let's do this first though. Victorian Fairy. Another one. Detailed artwork, but borderless. Oh my gosh. This especially was one that initially, with the original edition of Thistledown, I was like, yes, this is gonna be amazing. And not to say that they don't work, but again, it's felt like it needed something to break it up just a little bit. And I think it has been done. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ooh, I'm so excited to corner around. What a fun activity that's gonna be for me. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. This is amazing. Amazing. Okay. Victorian Fairy. You see what I was saying? How it breaks it up, gives it some breathing room, creates separation. Let's find, I want Lisa Hunt's Fairy Tale Tarot. That's gonna be like the ultimate show. Where are you? Now come out. Hello? No. I know where it is. Don't I? Come on. Where do I go with anything? That's the big question of the day. All right. Well, I'm gonna find it. Found it. Yes. The ultimate, like, detailed, little details in the artwork. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? That is everything. Everything and more, truly. Because I remember this was a pairing that I was like, I want this to work, but it just, all of the art, with there being so much detail in both decks, it just felt like it was starting to mesh together. And again, that's totally a me thing. But that works out. Because this border changes the game, does it not? What do you think? I think it's great. This is exciting. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, it's the Fairy Tale Tarot. So, I think that's all I have for you. I think I have covered all of the very exciting details. Definitely make sure, I'm gonna link down below the 3 Tree Tarot website. Definitely sign up for the newsletter if you aren't already. Great updates come from there. I love that newsletter. And did I show the Thistledown backs? What? I sure didn't. Oh no. Hold on. I showed it in the beginning, but I didn't show the comparison. Jeez Louise. Okay. Old backs. New backs. Oh, I love the squirrels! So cute. Okay. I did it. Yeah. Definitely get into that newsletter to see when everything's gonna be up and running and available. I'm very excited about this change. Again, like, even if you are the owner, especially of Thistledown, I see myself totally using both of these versions, because to me, completely different feels, completely different deck pairing uses. So exciting. It's truly so exciting. So, other than that, let me know what you think. I want to know. But I hope you're having a great day so far, and I will see you again very soon.